Good evening and welcome to our July 20th Village Board meeting, live and in person after 15 months of not seeing anybody, so this is great. To start our meeting, could you please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance with us? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm going to go right to the staff reports at the top of the agenda. The board has received an Altamont Fire Department report for the calls for the month. I don't know if anybody had questions, but you can always forward those to Kyle Haynes. Let's see if Kyle's here tonight. He's not here tonight. Public Works, Jeff couldn't be with us this evening, but I'm going to give a quick update on some of the projects that are going on in the village. You may have seen them around on several side streets. There's a lot going on after finishing up at Bosanquille Park to get ready for our camp, which is going well. They moved to Lark Street. If anybody's ever walked down Lark Street, you know that there wasn't a sidewalk and it's a very narrow road. So they've done a really great job of getting a sidewalk put in there and preparing that road to be paved along with Lincoln, and we have a date in August for that. So we'll send out a nixle when that's coming up. They're going to do some culvert work on Lincoln and some patching prior to the company coming in and paving it. So it should look really great in a very short time. So we're excited about that. August, we're going to also be starting the Orsini Park. We're going to put out an announcement about that time. After the concert series that first week, we're going to start, because the macadam of those sidewalks has to be replaced, we're going to put concrete sidewalks in. A stamped concrete, so it'll look very nice for the park. So that'll be starting. It's not going to finish right away. They're going to do sections at a time, but probably, from August throughout the fall, in between water readings and things like that.
Is there any designs for the?
Sorry?
Any designs we have come up with?
I'm going to work with somebody on that, and maybe they can even, you can give your opinion if you want to be the one that works with that. So, yeah, Jeff and I were just talking about that this week. We're going to change it a little bit, maybe, just some of those side little paths and things like that. And they're going to actually add at the base of the gazebo, add a concrete pad for the bands for the summer concert series and anything else that occurs there. So it'll be really nice to have that semi-stage there. So that's coming. And they just put new efficient lights into the whole firehouse, into the bay area. That was completed this week as well. So the guys have been incredibly busy. And I give them a lot of credit because the weather has not been kind to them with trying to get all these projects done, but they're doing a super job. So that's the report for Public Works. Police Department, I don't know if there's a report that we need. I'm going to come on down. How are you, Chief QC?
Excuse my appearance.
I think you look like you're almost ready for retirement. Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
I also realize tonight's probably my last board meeting,
Okay.
so I hope you don't mind me taking a couple seconds.
Absolutely.
No.
I'd like to thank the board and especially the mayor for your support throughout my time here. I'd like to thank Mayor Deneen and Chris Marshall and the Howies. They were on my committee that appointed me. I appreciated that. And Mayor Gaughan appointing me. Ken Runyon, Tom Pollard was the chief then, who sent me through the academy along with Jay. We both obviously appreciated that very much. I'd like to thank the staff for the village, for support the whole time I've been here, the fire department as well, DPW. Those guys have all been great with me. The enterprise, though I didn't always agree with everything, they've always been fair with us. I appreciate that. And of course, last but not least, my family.
Yeah.
My mom and dad just had their 62nd anniversary. And of course, my older brother was a role model for me, 35 years as a police officer himself before he retired last year as well. And last but not least, my wife and children. Again, everybody knows me. I tell everybody I'm the happiest married guy on the planet. And if you ever met my wife, you know why. So thanks, Darge, for everything I love you. Appreciate your support through my whole career. That being said, National Night Out is the first Tuesday of next month, and we got the fair next month. And again, I look forward to turning over the reins to Jason Johnson. I think you couldn't ask for a better person to be taken over as chief.
Well, thank you, and I'd like to say, I thank your wife especially for allowing you to be here in this position with the Village of Altamont, because for over 20 years, you have dedicated yourself to this community, to the boards that have come and gone and worked with us seamlessly. And I think, you understood community policing, you continue to understand that, you've led the department and in that manner, and worked, both with them and with the community on any issue that has come up, and we really appreciate that. We're going to miss you terribly.
I'm gonna miss the village, I'm gonna miss
Yeah.
the residents, I'm gonna miss the whole community.
I figured maybe special events, you might, want to work for us here, give him a little hand at, annual fairs or things like that,
We'll
but,
always be available.
or at least by phone.
Jay has my number as well, he knows I'm always available.
Has the address too.
Oh, there you go. Well, thank you very much.
That goes for
Yeah.
the staff and as well, Mayor. If you ever need anything, don't hesitate to call me.
Absolutely. we
Thank you
will.
very much for
Thank you,
everything
and if
done.
you need us for
Appreciate it.
anything, same thing. So if I could have a round of applause for Chief Busey, that would be. Thank you.
Thank you.
Treasurer's report, I'm going to move to that. Everybody's had a chance to review the vouchers in the back. Could I have a motion to accept the vouchers for this month?
So moved.
Michelle is first and second.
I'll second it.
John is second. And could I have roll call, please?
Trustee Matulowicz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor?
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. This is the time of our meeting where we have public comments scheduled on the agenda. If you have something you'd like to share with the board, you can come up to the microphone and share, if you have a question or you just want to share a thought, please feel free to do so at this time. No feedback. Not seeing any movement? Okay. Okay. So I'm going to move to the next part, which is Girl Scout Troop 1171. They have a presentation and a request, and if you don't mind coming up, that'd be great. And we can adjust the mic if it's too high or too short. Is that too high? You can bend it if it is. Oh, no, I think it's very tall. There you go.
There you go.
So we're part of Troop 1171. This is Sandra Stetch, our troop leader, and Summer Stetch, another one of the Girl Scouts. And my name is Alex Matulowicz. We are the only members able to come tonight, but we have a lot of leftover money from being unable to travel due to COVID, so we decided to give it back into the community because,
That's what Girl Scouts is about.
and we have both lived here, and Altamont has treated us well. So we were thinking of free little libraries where, both for children and adults, where we have books, like take one, leave one. You can take a book if, like, you want to.
So right over there, we actually
Oh,
have
okay.
a model. We hired a carpenter to build some. These are supposed to last about 10 years. As members and leaders of the troop, we will be doing maintenance, so it won't be up to the town to do anything. And we were thinking a good place for this would be in Bozenkill Park because a lot of people go there. And we thought because everybody enjoys the pool in the park, it might be a good place for books.
Yeah,
And it sounds like a good
yeah,
idea.
great idea.
Yeah.
I agree.
Anybody have questions? I mean, I like the idea when it was emailed to us, so I thank you for the email, but we wanted you to come and talk to the board about it. That's great. I didn't actually, I walked right by it, I think, when I came in.
And we're gonna decorate it with positive messages
Yeah.
and designs. Just
It sits on like a pole, like a post?
yes, a 5-foot pole. Except how much will be in the ground?
Well, it's a 5-foot post, but
Sure.
I don't know if you'd want us to install it or to work with the DPW.
I think DPW would be happy to install it
Yeah,
once
sure.
you have the parts. They're great about that stuff.
We have that,
Yeah.
so once we have it painted and ready to go,
Yeah.
we can just come and install that to the top of the post. We
Okay.
can have the post for you, and then we'll fill it, and we'll maintain it over the years.
Yeah, and maybe put it, I'm trying to think, now, the only thing, and I'm just putting this out there, these generally still get used in the wintertime?
If they're accessible.
That's we'll have to talk with DPW, because the accessibility about where they plow, because people don't tend to go in that far. I think it's a great idea for the summer, but I think maybe well, you know, we could talk about it. I'm not set on anything, but I'm thinking like Angel Park or something like that. It
Yeah.
might be
Is
more,
that the park that's
it's the
open?
little one next to
Yeah.
Orsini. That
I was
kind of seems
actually
like a nice.
thinking that's a good place too,
Yeah.
with the
Reading that
playground.
as well. I
Yeah.
just didn't know how much it would be used if it was right next to the library.
That's,
Well,
But there's also the option to bring it under the pavilion in Boson Kill.
that's true too. It's just that in the winter, I don't know that it would get the use. I mean, it could be a seasonal use, but we could go back and forth and look at sites. I mean, I think the idea is great.
I think it's
Yeah, I do.
Placement
Yeah.
is, you know, that's okay. We'll figure that part out. Kate, did you have a question?
Yeah, well, actually, I just wanted to comment, it's a fabulous
Yeah.
idea, and I've been in municipalities where they have them all through municipalities.
Mhm.
And
Right.
of course, oh my gosh, I just forgot their names. Simon.
Oh, the
Simon
Littons, yes.
And Edna have one, yeah, they've got.
That's true. They had one they put up at their house for,
So, but if you're thinking about books for kids too, I wonder about Schilling Park.
I thought about that one too, just because the kids, that's the one on Maple, that's more of a toddler park. But adults go there as well, but I'm just saying, there's a lot of kids there.
I think you're there at the entrance to the park, that you could get both adults and kids.
So all good ideas. We'll just have to hash them out and talk to DPW about that and see what you guys, maybe visit some sites, see what you prefer. Is everybody in favor of the idea?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you
So-
thinking just one, or you like a
Well,
couple?
we have another one, but it's going to go in, I don't know if you know, but DiCaprio Park.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So-
Great idea.
Okay, that's a great idea, yeah.
So we need a motion to, let's see how can anybody put a motion together? Make a motion to accept the proposal from Girl Scout Troop 1171 to create a little book house that will, for the Village of Altamont. That sound good?
Upon conversation with DPW for the best place.
Yeah, and DPW will work with the troop leader and its members at finding a placement for the library. Is that good? Okay, can somebody else have a second?
I'll second that.
John will second that, and roll call, please.
Trustee McChilowitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor?
Trustee Scally?
In favor?
Mayor Denine?
In favor, and thank you so much. I mean, that is wonderful that you're
Yeah.
doing this for the village, and it's really commendable. So thanks again for coming and presenting, and we're excited. When do you think you would want to install? Fall, spring?
We were thinking about August because most of us are going away to college. We have a few
Yeah.
members
True, right.
who will be able to restock books and check in on it. We're
Okay.
staying here for college, but we were thinking as a troop together, it'll be like one of our final things.
Excellent.
Okay.
So maybe, I know Tressa, you helped, you were the liaison between, obviously, between the troop and us. Can you maybe work on touching base with Jeff?
Sure.
About what a good week would be, and when they'd have some time, or, Jeff or Larry, but ask Jeff, and maybe he'll assign somebody to it that way.
Sure.
That would be great.
Coordinate.
Yeah, just to
Great.
coordinate everything, just we make sure we get a date. Okay, excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, let me put that there. And I'm going to move on to agenda item number 1 on our agenda. Consider approval of contract for Village of Altamont's renewal of liability insurance of $50,085.86 from Marshall and Sterling. This is our annual approval. Anybody have a motion, please?
All motion.
Michelle, and second?
I'll second.
Second is Tressa, and roll call, please.
Trustee McChilowitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor?
Trustee Scally?
In favor?
Mayor Denine?
In favor. Item 2 is consider approval to purchase terrorism insurance of $680 from Marshall and Sterling. This is an annual ask, what we have to consider every year. We have looked into this, and we declined the insurance because Nick Fahrenkopf, our trustee who could not be here this evening, he has looked into what our servers and how we're protected, and we are protected, so this is something that we do not need to purchase. So I'm going to make a motion to decline purchasing of terrorism insurance of $680 from Marshall and Sterling. Second,
So move, or second?
John is a second, and roll call, please.
Trustee McChilowitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor?
Trustee Scally?
In favor?
Mayor Denine?
In favor. Item 3, I'm going to read the resolution, and I have a few things before we vote on it. Resolution to affirm Mayor Deneen's appointment of Jason Johnston, Rexford, to the position of Police Chief effective September 1st, 2021, at an annual salary of $45,000. Before we vote, I just want to give everybody a little background on the process. As we have done the same for each time we've hired for this position, we had two trustees go through applications go through applications that were sent in, and then there were candidates selected for interviewing. We had two trustees and two residents on that committee. I do want to thank Michelle Ganance and Nick Fahrenkopf for being on the committee. Also thank Carol Lenenbacher as a resident, and Mike Murphy, also a resident and member of the fire department. They were also on the committee, and they sent candidates forward for round 2 of interviews, and our choice for the position was Jason Johnson. So we're very excited about that. Just to give you a little background on Jason, he has been with the Altamont APD since '97. He is retired as a retired detective lieutenant from the Cohoes Police Department. He most recently worked with our police collaborative on redoing both the book and working with the community members on the collaborative. He has a very large list of specialized certification and a vast amount of experience. It's really impressive. I can't list them all because there was quite a few. And he grew up outside of Altamont. He really knows this area, and that was something we really were happy about. And I was thrilled that he accepted our offer, and I expect a smooth transition because he's been working with our department. He's been working with Chief Pusey, and we're really excited to have you, and I want to thank you for doing that. So I have one more thing after the vote. Let me do a vote first, just to make sure I don't forget. So could I have a motion for item number 3?
So moved.
John, and a
I will
second.
second.
And Michelle will second. And can I have roll call, please?
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor?
Mayor Denine?
In favor. So, Jay, I don't know if you want to come up and say a few words. I'm putting you on the spot by doing that. I see I have your family with you, so it's, maybe even introduce them. Put them on the spot. You can just, pass that along.
But everybody
Yeah, well,
got a new system to try out.
yeah, and you might want to raise that up a little.
Darn Girl Scouts. Okay, so yes, I'm Jason Johnston. I'm from the area. I grew up on Knox Cave Road. I know the hill isn't exactly Altamont, but I was a daily visitor of the fair growing up. I was Chief Pratt when I was a kid, and then Chief Pollard. I've been working here with Todd since '97. We both went to the academy together. We started this career together. We both retired from Cohoes on the same day after I gave him a math lesson
Yeah.
on how the retirement system wasn't favorable for us to stay there. But anyways, most of my career was spent in the Cohoes Police Detective Bureau. I was promoted to detective in 2005, and then I worked my way up through the ranks there. I was always our public information liaison, and I worked thousands of different kinds of cases and all different avenues, because that's basically how it works in a small city. You don't get stuck doing one thing. So I have all kinds of experience in all different avenues. I want to thank the village, I want to thank Mayor Deneen and the board here for putting their faith in me, and hopefully there will be a smooth transition going forward. I want to thank my wife Alethea and my son Cooper and my daughter Quinn for letting me come out of a very short retirement to come back to work here, and I look forward to it and for many years ahead, hopefully.
Well, thank you, and I thank you guys, too, for allowing him to come out of retirement. I think it's great for us, so I hope it's great for all of you as well. We're happy, we're thrilled that you're here, so. So I'll give you a round of applause, too.
Thank you.
Okay, so we did vote, and so I want to make sure we did that, so let's
Yes,
move on
we
to,
voted.
move on to item 4. Consider authorizing Mayor Deneen to sign a letter of intent to option and lease with Borrego Solar Systems Incorporated. This is not this is a lease for 100, I'm going to say, exploratory lease for 100 days. If you remember back, I think it was a couple of years ago, we had a lease option for the reservoir property for some solar that would bring revenue to the village, and that did not go forward. And once we knew that that agreement was terminated, we've been doing some outreach to see if that was, appealing to anyone else. And so this is one company we're going to work with. They're going to come in, and they have 100 days to decide if this is a viable project for their company, and it also gives us time to work with them to see if, they're a company we want to work with. So that's what this is. There's no agreement on terms or anything like that. That is all negotiable in the future, should they want to go forward. So that's where we are with that. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
And Tressa, and second?
I'll second it.
John, and roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor?
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 5 is consider authorizing Mayor Denine to sign proposal for professional structural engineering services not to exceed $7,000 with Delaware Engineering, DPC, for repairs to the existing Fire Department Village Hall facility. I'm just getting a little more history because this is something that's been ongoing. Our facade of this building and the floor in the fire department needs repairs. We went out to bid a couple times on this in the past. We were not successful at finding a bid that we were comfortable accepting. So we are going to work with an engineering firm from our list, our approved list, they're going to come in, look at how to, instead of redoing the entire front of the building, which is what we were hoping to do before, fixing the issues. So we're going to start with, just making sure that the floor is safe, the facade is safe, and get that work done hopefully this fall. That's what we're hoping to go out into bid in the fall. So that's what that is. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Michelle is first, and second?
I'll second it.
John? And roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor?
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 6, consider approval for retention and disposition schedule for New York local government records issued pursuant to Article 57A of the Arts and Cultural Affairs Law and containing legal minimum retention periods for local records. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
John is first and second,
I'll second.
and Michelle is second. Roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor?
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 7, consider approval of a Department of Public Works clothing allowance policy. We were approached by DPW about some safety footwear. We have an allowance right now with our budget for their clothing that they wear. We found a different way to, we've saved some money on clothing, doing a different arrangement, and this will allow us to have our employees have protective footwear for the jobs that they do. And we're actually having a savings of doing this. So this is just something routine, but something we want to offer our employees that we haven't in the past. So can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Tressa, and second? You be second?
Sure.
John will be second. And roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor?
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 8, consider salary increase of 25 cents per hour for Alexa Johnson, lifeguard, effective June 19th, 2021. Ms. Johnson successfully completed the lifeguard management training that is required by New York State Department of Health for the Bozenkill Park Summer Recreation Program. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
John, and second?
I'll second.
Tressa, and roll call, please.
Trustee Mitchellwitz?
In favor?
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor?
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Okay, item 9, consider approval of schedule change for planning board meetings. Meetings will be held on the 4th Tuesday of the month instead of the 4th Monday of the month, effective Tuesday, August 24th. They do have a meeting at the end of this month that's going to stay on the Monday for that time. This will start in August, just to make sure. This was actually to coincide with both our building inspector is on Tuesdays, our council is available on Tuesdays, not so much on Mondays, so it kind of works for everybody. So could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
John?
I'll second.
And Michelle is second. And roll call, please.
Trustee Matulowicz?
In favor.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. Item 10, resolution to affirm Mayor Denine's appointment of Robert Freeman to Planning Board member. Position was previously held by Dan Hitt and has a 5-year term which expires 2025. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Michelle is first, and second.
I'll second.
Tressa, and roll call, please.
Trustee Matulowicz?
In favor.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. Item 11, resolution to affirm Mayor Denine's appointment of James Sullivan to Zoning Board of Appeals alternate member. Position was previously held by Gary Goss and has a 5-year term which expires March 2023. Could I have a motion?
So moved.
And second? John was first.
I'll second.
Michelle is second. And roll call, please.
Trustee Matulowicz?
In favor.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. And James is in the audience tonight. I just want to thank you for, working with the ZBA. I know they're happy to have that seat filled. And Danny and Kate are here. They're both on the ZBA. So Kate is also on the ZBA. So it's a good group, and I think I hear there might be stuff coming your way soon. So we'll. So thanks again. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let's see, where am I? 12, thank you. I didn't check it off. Item 12, consider approval of applications from Thomas Burns, Altamont, and James Werner, Altamont, for firefighter memberships in the Altamont Fire Department per request of Kyle Haynes, Chief. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Ooh, that was a tie.
Ooh, tie.
All right, I'm gonna go with Tressa on the
Okay.
first, and John, will you be second?
Sounds good.
Sounds good, okay. John is second, and roll call, please.
Trustee Matulowicz?
In favor.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. And let's see, congratulations, Fire Department members, and thank you as well. Consider authorizing Mayor Denine to sign RBC Wealth Management letter authorizing RBC Wealth Management to issue a lump sum payment of $19,416.88 to William Hokamp, Altamont Fire Department member. He is withdrawing the amount accumulated in the fund, and there is no village budget impact. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Michelle was first, and
I'll
second
second it.
is John. And roll call, please.
Trustee Matulowicz?
In favor.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. Item 14 is consider authorizing Mayor Denine to sign RBC Wealth Management letter authorizing RBC Wealth Management to issue 2020 Service Award one-time payments of $700 to David Cowan and William Ernst and Thomas Pearson, AFD members. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Tressa is first, and second
I'll second it.
is John. And roll call, please.
Trustee Matulowicz?
In favor.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. Okay. Item 15 is consider approval for the Altamont Fire Department to host a movie in Orsini Park on August 6, 2021. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
John is first, and second would be?
Me. Yep. I
Second is Michelle. She's writing. And roll call, please.
Trustee Matulowicz?
In favor.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. Let's hope there's no rain that night. I mean,
hope
it's
not.
kind of getting depressing.
I know, it's like too much rain.
Ridiculous.
We like that. Item 16, I want to make sure I turn the page. All right, yes. Consider approval of board minutes for June 1st, 2021.
So moved.
John is first, second.
I'll second.
Tressa is second. Could I have a motion? Oh, sorry.
did
Roll
that
call,
right.
please. Have my motions.
Trustee Matulowicz?
In favor.
Trustee Ganance?
In favor.
Trustee Scally?
In favor.
Mayor Denine?
In favor. Before I get to item 17, does anybody on the board have anything they need to bring up, or? I thank you for sitting with us tonight. We had a lot of business to get through. It's we do middle of the month. We are not meeting in August, and we will be back September 7th at 7 p.m. live and in person again, which is new after 15 months, so this is great.
Before we,
Oh, go ahead.
thank you again, Todd and Jason. I look forward to working with you in the future. We had the police collaborative together, and
That's right.
a lot of work was done with that, and I appreciate everything you've done for our village, and I look forward to new chief, Jason Johnson, to move forward, and I'm sure he's going to be taking on that. Everything you need to learn is going to be moving you forward. Thank you very much.
And a phone call away if we need it. No.
Exactly.
Could I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
John, and second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? No. All right, thank you for coming this evening. I hope you can get up there. I'm hoping they have the concert and you can enjoy it for the rest of the night. Trustees, I will ask you to stop and sign with Patty Blackwood, a couple things you have to sign before you leave tonight. And actually, James, if you don't mind, our clerk Patty has something for you to sign as well. All right, thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Ready.